the last video we posted, we talked about the Nclex, the day of the Nclex, what you need to do and how you need to go about that. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to drop the link of that video in the description box below. Okay, and in this video we're going to be talking, now you've passed the Nclex, congratulations, whoop whoop. What do you need to do next? What comes next with the Nclex? When you are in the Nclex phase, you're trying to get the Nclex right, the Nclex, oh my god, you are scared, everything you're doing is centered around the Nclex, and then you pass. There is this phase of, what next? What am I doing? What do I need to do next? What do I have to do next? That is what I'm here to tell you, and that is what I'm here to help you know. So now you've passed the Nclex, you also need to take the IELTS exam, which is the International English Language Testing System. So that is the full meaning of IELTS. So that is what you need to take. This is an English testing exam, and for the United States, you need to have a minimum of 6.0 in each and every segment, which is the listening, the speaking, the reading, and the writing, and then an minimum average of 6.5, which is what they require. Sincerely, I believe everybody can do it, but at the same time, I know some people who can't, and even though I know everybody can do it, everybody still needs to learn how to do it, how to take the exam, how to answer these questions, how to speak in a way that it's going to really help you as well. Okay, so personally, I had taken the IELTS exam before I took my Nclex, right? Don't ask me why I did that. I don't know why I did that, but I didn't, and it kind of like worked for me. So but if you haven't taken it before your Nclex, not to bother, not to worry. You can still do it after your Nclex, okay? So for after the Nclex, what I would advise is that you watch certain YouTube channels and you practice. For the IELTS, I usually tell people to practice for about 6 to 8 weeks before they go take the exam, right? It includes 4 different parts. Like I had mentioned, the listening. So you have to listen to people narrate a story or talk about an event or give a lecture or things like that, or have a conversation even, and then you have to answer questions based on what you heard, not what you think you heard, what you actually heard. It has to be the correct thing they said in that statement. So sometimes the questions are like paraphrased and things like that, and but the question, the speaking, the conversation they're having, the lecture they're giving is very plain and simple, but you have to be able to know, okay, they paraphrase this is what they meant by that, and that is just what you need to do. But all these things take time with practicing. Another way I usually advise people to practice listening is by watching foreign movies. When I say foreign movies, I don't mean movies where they speak gangster, or where they speak not proper English and things like that. It is not only Nigeria that has pidgin English. The United States as well, there are people who speak Raz. It's not plain English, but I need you to watch movies that they speak plain British English or American English in them. Okay, so that way you are used to hearing their voices. So if you don't want to do that, you can also listen to podcasts. You can listen to climate change podcasts, British podcasts, people who talk about the news. It's very boring, but it's just for you to get acclimated to the voice, the sound, the accent, what they use, because they're not going to be speaking Nigerian English. They're going to be speaking British English, and they're going to be using their accents. So you need to be able to hear them, and for you to do this, use your earpiece, your headphones, try to watch their movies as much as you can, and also try to practice. These ways you're able to, get used to you hearing their voices, okay? And then there is the speaking part. This is what I did. This is what worked for me. So for the speaking part, what I did was, from the day I registered for the IELTS exam, I stopped speaking pidgin. I stopped speaking my traditional language, which is Igbo. I was speaking only clean English. Like, it was so weird. I mean, I had patients who didn't really understand that I had to speak pidgin to them, but I still stayed and stood my ground, and I was speaking just English. No accent, no anything, because they don't really need your accent. They just want to know that you know how to speak the language, you know how to speak English. So for everything I did, communicating with my parents, my sisters, my friends, my patients, my co-workers, every speaking thing I had to do, so long as words were coming out from my mouth, I was making sure I was speaking correct English, because that way it became a part of me. And even when I was sitting down in front of the examiner, it wasn't like I was speaking to a stranger. I was speaking to a stranger technically, but it wasn't like I was forcing it, or I was trying to like make it look as though this is like the first time, or things like that. I was really doing my best to just say that is as it is, right? So for the reading, I am not exactly great at reading on my, phones and stuffs like that. So I printed out the pages, you know, the page, because, and also I told myself during the exam, I'm going for the paper test, not the CBT test. So it would really pay me more as well to print these things out. It costs me and my best friend, at the time, a lot of money to print these things out. But we printed it, and we, kind of like exchange, you know, with each other. We're giving each other the one I have, I give to her, the one she gives to me. So we use that to like practice for the IELTS, the reading part of it. And we practice so much, or we practice for so long. Initially, when we started, we were getting like 28, 27. And as time went on, we began to understand what these things were asking us, what the questions were like. I'm still going to get to that, but we also seeked help as well, to help us with this. Now, the third one is the writing. Okay, I tried to understand what the concept and what they would ask you for, but I didn't like sit down and start writing essays. I have friends, my best friend did it, my close friends, they all did it, my co-workers did it, but this is just me. So please practice. Don't be like me. Practice, okay? For the IELTS in general, there are two YouTube channels that I encourage people to watch. That way they be able to know what the questions are, what the questions are asking you to do, what they mean, and things like that. So the first one is E2 language, okay? And please, this is not an ad or anything like that. I'm just telling you what worked for me, okay? This is me putting out a disclaimer out there. It might not work for you, but this is what worked for me, okay? And a couple of people that I know. That's why I'm saying this. So E2 language on YouTube, and IELTS by Liz on YouTube. IELTS by Liz on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for the past 7-8 years, and people have been watching the videos, and it's been blessing lives. Okay, they break things down, they help you understand these things. But if you want a more hands-on learning, you can also go to Search Point Academy. They have an IELTS based center. You get questions every day. You get reading, speaking, all these questions every day to practice. That way you also get to know and help you. You meet other like-minded people as well. You can form groups and things like that. Is really going to help you. Also, like I said, this is not an ad. This is what helped me. All right. Now, once you've passed the Nclex, now you have the two most important things you need to go ahead and meet some agencies. Now, some people can take you without the IELTS, and you just do it, okay? But personally, I advise, this is just my advice. So personally, I advise that you have your IELTS and your Nclex before you sign up with any agency, okay? On my next video, I'm going to be talking about agencies, all right? Direct hire, staffing, what you should know, questions you should ask on your contract, and all the shenanigans you need to know, okay? That is what I'm going to be talking about in my next video. Please do well to watch it. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section and I'm going to answer. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Do not forget to like this video. That way YouTube is going to push this video to other people who need to see these videos, okay? It's really important that we spread this news. I mean, people has get kept rather this information for so long, right? Which is why I really want to help people to who are interested and who are willing to put in the work to come to the United States. I mean, it's a land of opportunities here. So please do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share. Share to your friends, share to the people that you think they need it. You can put it on your status, you can put it on your social media account. Tell your friends about it. I really do appreciate you sharing these videos. Thank you so much for doing that. And also comment on all the posts, and I'm going to reply all your comments. Okay, thank you so much for dropping by, and I deeply appreciate you coming by. Okay, thank you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.